Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And welcome to KEPR Quick, your latest local news and weather commercial free in about 18 minutes or less. We're going to jump right over to weather because, Jefferson, it's hot. We had those hot days over the weekend, and they're going to persist for a couple more, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Today and tomorrow, we are going to see temperatures equaling what we did see this weekend. Looking at your weather headlines, we are going to be looking at some clouds today, also a fair amount of haze and smoke, but I believe the biggest weather headline on the day are going to be those hot temperatures, as we do see highs into the upper 90s to low 100s once again across the viewing area, but very similar weather coming on Tuesday. Now, as we get towards Wednesday, our attention is going to shift from heat to the possibility of some isolated showers and thunderstorms, and then by Thursday, we are going to see temperatures cool down to more seasonal values. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Franklin County. At least one person is dead and multiple injured following a car crash on the outskirts of Pasco yesterday. Take a look at this scene, the visual from the scene at the intersection of Highway 395 and Crestloch Road. Troopers with State Patrol tell us a car was attempting to turn off the highway onto Crestloch, but failed to yield to oncoming traffic, resulting in the crash. 76-year-old Mark Wallum, a passenger in the car that was hit, was pronounced dead at the scene. Both drivers, as well as an 18-year-old passenger, were transferred to Cadlick Regional Medical Center with injuries, the extent of which are unknown. No charges have been filed at this time. A Roslyn woman will spend more than a year in prison after pleading guilty to 2 felony charges of driving under the influence. Laura Ann Fisher was arrested for DUI in November of 2024 after hitting a guardrail several times and nearly colliding with other vehicles. Multiple calls were made about Fisher's erratic driving, but she wasn't pulled over for about an hour after she had gone 50 miles through both King and Kittitas counties. Fisher was then arrested again in January for speeding. Upon further investigation, a state patrol trooper found 2 cartons of wine in her car, one of which was empty. Following her sentence of 15 months, the judge also sentenced her to a year of probation. And 2 Ellensburg men are in jail for allegedly trying to break into a car wash on Capitol Avenue. Authorities say they were called to Ken's Auto Wash in Yakima early Tuesday morning after the owner discovered someone had put tape over the security cameras and damaged the deadbolts on a door at the business. Upon reviewing camera footage, police were able to identify 2 men. They were arrested and arraigned on Thursday. A number of hiking trails and campgrounds in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest are now closed as part of the FBI search for Travis Decker. Decker has been on the run since May, suspected of killing his 3 young daughters. The closures include the Rock Island Campground, the Chatter Creek Campground, and Icicle Gorge trails. Right now, it's unclear why these areas are closed, but the FBI tells us they will reopen tomorrow. Shifting gears this morning, Yakima School District's Handle with Care program aims to provide support for children struggling at home. KIMA's Aiden Connor has more on the trends and progress of the program.
The Yakima School District teamed up with the Yakima Police Department in the Handle with Care program to further ensure that students who may be struggling at home are getting the additional care that they need.
We know that kids usually, one of the safest places they feel is school, and so that's also their routine. It's their normal. So we want to make sure school is as safe and as welcoming as possible for our children.
The district has seen a rise in care for high school students due to varying trends.
I think our numbers this last year really spiked at the high school, but we've also had a big increase in our high school students being runaways. So we also get notifications if our students are runaways, and that's important because if a child is a runaway and then they show up to school, then we can make sure that they're reunified with their family, that they're getting the services they need.
Making sure that students stay engaged with their school lives is another vital mission of the program.
And we've found that we've had quite a few kids, especially starting with the COVID year, a lot of kids just simply stopped going to school. So we're working on trying to re-engage those kids with school, whether it's Yakima School District or an online program, whatever we can do to make sure that we get those kids back into school and get their education.
As domestic violence cases have been an unfortunate theme in the Yakima Valley, the Yakima School District looks to ensure that students witnessing domestic violence at home have a good grasp for the morality of anything happening at home.
We don't want our kids who are experiencing domestic violence in their homes to repeat these patterns in their own adult lives.
The district sees teachers and staff as sources of guidance and mentorship for students who need it most.
We want to make sure that when our kids get to school, they know they're going to see loving adults who are there, who are steady and consistent with them, who show them care and concern for their well-being.
The Yakima School District and Police Department see the program as a valuable long-term solution for combating domestic violence and providing support for children experiencing acts of violence at home. Reporting for Action News, I'm Aiden Connor.
KIMA's Aiden Connor, thank you. And there's a school supply drive happening right now to get materials to thousands of children in the region. Every Fred Meyer location is collecting school supplies in a box. Their partner in this, the Salvation Army, will be distributing those school supplies through their community centers. Each child will receive a backpack full of materials.
I'm part of this community for probably 9 years now, but this is where we call home, and so it feels great to be able to give back to the community. As a company, I feel that we're a big staple in this community, and we take every opportunity that we can to be able to be a part of it and to be able to give back.
Now, the last day to donate will be next Sunday, August 31st. And with the high heat expected over the next several days, Pacific Power is asking people to reduce their use. Representatives say when people across their service area all experience high heat events, it puts a strain on the power grid, but you can help mitigate the problem by using less power.
We're not asking folks to turn off air conditioners, especially if they have medical conditions. But in situations where you're doing a load of laundry or a load of dishes on some of these high impact electrical appliances, if you can push that use off till off-peak hours, typically after 8 p.m., that really helps reduce the strain on the electrical grid.
Now, another thing you can do to help is turn off your lights and other items such as TVs when they're not in use. And the final splash of summer didn't come from kids, but from canines. That's right, paws took over the Franklin Pool in Yakima one last time, but as KMA's Anissa Williams tells us, this year's Paws in the Pool event carried a little more emotional weight.
Paws in the Pool, a long-running event where dogs of all shapes, sizes, and splash levels get to cool off and make a mess legally.
It is just a really special event. You get like-minded people that like dogs, putting them in one spot, and it's funny because you take away the fence or the house away from the animal and they all just calm down. They just become big goofballs. I mean, you don't see a lot of pool events with dogs. I mean, you hear about barks in the parks and stuff like that, but in the pool, it's very unique, and this pool actually has a great layout for it. It's a good way to control it. We have one way in, one way out, so dogs really can't run off.
Jason Zeller has been organizing this event for 19 years with Yakima Parks and Recreation. It all started with a wild idea from his supervisor.
I was like, "You're crazy, I'm a dog guy, I know how my dog would act." And she goes, I swear it's gonna work. And that very first year, we had 68 animals here. It's just like this. I mean, this is double that right now.
This year, the pool party was bittersweet. It marks the final full season for Franklin Pool, one of the city's budget cut casualties.
For me, it's fun because this was the first pool I worked at as a kid. So it's hard, you know, everything ends. You know, city council has decisions that they have to make, you know, and we're just going to operate as best as we can. We're going to try to do it again next year. We'll see what happens. But it just kind of might be the end of a chapter for a great facility.
While the event was free, swimmers, both furry and human, were encouraged to donate to the Yakima Humane Society.
We promote their programs, what they do there, what they have, what they offer, their needs. And then the money that we recoup from this, we just give to them as a way to help them with their shelter.
One of those adopters, Richard Matthew, who brought his rescue dog Bella for her first dip.
I'm disappointed. I understand there are budget problems, but I've lived near here, grew up near here, and I'm going to miss it.
And while this may be Franklin Pool's final lap, Zeller hopes the tradition will find new water to swim in.
19 years. This is the 19th year, so long time. This is awareness. This isn't about the city. It's just fun to get out. I mean, get off of our technology and get out and be a part of something. And like-minded people with like-minded activity can't go wrong.
Reporting for Action News, I'm Anissa Williams.
KMA's Anissa Williams, thank you. A little bit of some rough news for folks in that area, especially given the fact that we're seeing those temperatures into the triple digits again today in some areas, and we're probably going to see them for a couple more days, right?
Yeah, today and tomorrow are going to be very hot. Now that extreme heat warning, or I should say there is an extreme heat warning in place through Wednesday, but today and tomorrow are going to be the two hottest days before we start to see a cool down starting on Wednesday. Now for today, high temperatures are going to be climbing into the upper 90s, closing in on 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities. Anticipate upper 90s for the Yakima Valley today, upper 90s in the Kittitas Valley with daytime highs in the mid 90s for the Blue Mountain foothills. In terms of sky coverage, it is not going to be a bright and sunny day. There is going to be a fair mixture of sunshine and clouds, but there's also going to be a fair mixture of haze and smoke. So in general, I would anticipate just kind of some of those milky skies for this first day of the work week. Let's take a look at the haze and smoke forecast. There's fires burning all around the Pacific Northwest and Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. It is prime time for smoke season, and unfortunately, I believe the haze and smoke that we are seeing is just going to be sticking around, not only for today, but for the next couple of days. What I would say is that if you suffer from any kind of severe respiratory illness, staying indoors might be something that you should consider. Now let's talk about the traditional storm tracker futurecast, because there's some changes coming from a precipitation perspective as well. As we go into Tuesday, there is going to be a chance of showers and thunderstorms right along the Cascades. Also maybe some showers and thunderstorms through southern Morrow and southern Umatilla counties. As we go into Wednesday, though, there's going to be a much better opportunity for more widespread showers and thunderstorms. Not everyone will experience showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday, but at least those chances for showers and thunderstorms will exist for everyone on Wednesday. And then as we head into Thursday, most storm activity is going to be pushing off to the east, but there is still going to be a possibility for some showers and thunderstorms for the Blue Mountains and adjacent foothills. And I'm also not going to totally discount some showers and thunderstorms along the Cascades and into the Kittitas Valley, even though the futurecast isn't necessarily picking up on that. Now, talking about temperatures going forward, I've already referenced it, an extreme heat warning through Wednesday, but really today and tomorrow are going to be the hottest days. High temperatures for tomorrow very comparable to what we do see today. By Wednesday, temperatures start to come down a bit with low to mid 90s, and then by Thursday, we're going to see more seasonal temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s across the viewing area. Right now, I'm going to toss it back to Dave.
Thanks, Jefferson. The Yakima City Council has voted to approve development plans for 85 acres near the Sozo Sports Complex. Champions Park is the name of the development, and they're expected to be more than 200 lots. The council voted on phases 2 through 6 of the project, as the first phase is currently underway. Brickley Pear LLC is going to be developing the project. A completion date, though, is currently unknown at this time. And cars ranging from pickup trucks to lowriders motored into Granger on Saturday for the 12th annual Borrachos Car Show. KME's John Franklin was at the scene and shares the highlights.
The Borrachos show is an amazing show. We had a great time here last year. It's a definitely show everybody should come out and enjoy.
So this is the third time I've been to this show, and each time I come here, I have a great time.
The Borrachos Car Club hosts a show with hundreds of vehicles, but they came from very humble beginnings.
Borrachos started out as a small group of guys hanging out in the club. The word Borrachos actually means drunk, so drinkers. So we started out as a group just drinking beer, working on cars, and now it grew to like a club. And now, you know, we're a club that throws car shows.
12 years ago, the Borrachos Car Show consisted of a little over a dozen cars in a parking lot in Toppenish. This year, there are over 300, filling a golf course in Granger.
We filled our overflow and then our emergency overflow, and we still got more cars coming in.
50 classes and 100 trophies will be awarded at the show, from modern cars to old-time cherries.
I think everybody in the valley loves the lowriders. I like the 1950 pickup trucks, you know, those cars, and then the guys that just do all the work to them. If you go check out the cars right now, there's so much work put into them right now, so it's really nice.
So behind me, I've got a 1936 Dodge D2 Coupe. Rebuilt it from the ground up, modified the suspension, put a modern engine in it, and made it the way it looks.
It was a full frame-off custom build. It was a 2-year custom build process to get the car finished, and we've been showing it the last couple of years.
Right behind that is a 1970 Duster. I bought that as it was almost on its way back to being rebuilt. It was almost ready. And so what I did is I reassembled it, painted it, put it back together, put an engine in it, and got them running.
The hundreds of car owners who came out are excited for a day of relaxing in the sun and cool cars parked row by row.
I'm not a Granger fan when it comes to coming to the town, but this show, the welcome mat is open, and the people that are here are very welcoming, and the families that are walking around and enjoying the day, it's really cool.
And if you love cars, this is like heaven. Beautiful weather, beautiful cars, you couldn't ask for more.
For Action News, I'm John Franklin.
KIMA's Don Franklin, thank you. Organizers with the Car Club say they'll be opening their cars for a trunk or treat event in Toppenish later this year. And whether it was the rodeo that drew you in or the carnival rides, all those people that visited the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo helped give exposure to local businesses. This year, several local artists weren't just selling items, but also giving live presentations and hosting activities that the public could get involved with.
This is a really great place to show young people that they can do anything. The whole point of being like, hey, you can make something out of metal, is to give people the experience and open their eyes to the possibilities of being able to do stuff.
You know, as an artist, you're trying to give back to the place that inspired you, and so the fair is like the one thing every year that really drives that home for me.
Meanwhile, the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation made an appearance at Friday's fair with a cultural dance. CTUIR is comprised of the Cayuse, Umatilla, and Walla Walla peoples, and their ancestral land spans across the Columbia Plateau, which is now Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland. Leaders in the tribe say they want to remind people they're still here.
The appreciation and presence, knowing not only sharing that we have been here in the past and that our history still remains, and that we're still here. And everything about us pretty much is intact.
For more information, you could head over to our websites. And that does it for us. Thank you for watching this episode of Keeper Quick. For more local news and the weather, you can head over to our websites, Keeper and KIMATV.com, as well as our Facebook pages. But while you're here, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with our latest mini newscasts Monday through Friday. Have a terrific start to your week, everybody.